Hi, this is Gary Mills from Bookwallah, and thank you for being a Bookwallah volunteer. For those of you who are going into our orphanages to read storybooks to our kids, I wanted to give you 5 very quick tips on how you can make that experience a great one. Tip number 1, be familiar with the book. So ahead of time, if possible, try to read the book yourself so you know the characters, you know the plot, and you know approximately how long that book is going to take to read to the kids. Read it out loud. This is key because once you read it out loud, you can really form those words so you're not tripping over them when you're reading to the kids. Point number 2, play with the pace at which you speak. Where can you build up and go very fast? And where do you want to slow it down to really make an impact with the kids? Also, don't be afraid to pause to let the kids think about something or to build up the dramatic tension of the story. Tip number 3, play with the pitch of your voice. Kids love it when you use your voice to make sounds or to do emotional things or just to have a little bit of music in the voice. If everything is just like this for the whole story, then kids get disengaged and they won't really listen. So find places where you can use your voice and go down or bring it up and go up. Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a tiny princess. So where can you use those pitches and those inflections in your voice to make it more engaging for the kids? Number 4, make it interactive, meaning don't just read the book from start to finish. Really stop every once in a while and check in with the kids. Ask them questions that break away from the text of the book. Are you scared? What do you think is going to happen next? If it were you, would you open that door and go into this magic place? Or would you stay in your bed? Ask them those questions, make it interactive. So it's not a monologue, it's more of a dialogue between you and the kids. It'll keep them engaged and keep them interested. And the 5th point, at the end of the reading, take some time to ask some questions of the kids regarding the book they just heard and the story they just heard. Questions such as, which character did you like the best? Did you think when he or she did this, that was a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think was the moral of the story? What was the lesson that the author was trying to tell you by writing this story? So by having some of those questions ready ahead of time, you'll be able to keep the kids engaged at the end, and it will drill home those points that you wanted to get across in the story. The lesson, the theme, the characters. So those 5 points: number 1, be familiar with the story and read it ahead of time. Number 2, play with pace and pauses for dramatic effect. Number 3, vary your voice and the pitches in your voice to make it more interesting. Once upon a time, there was a dragon, and he lived in a far-off land. Number 4, make it interactive, meaning ask questions throughout the story. Don't wait all the way until the end. And number 5, have questions ready at the end of the storytelling session about the story that you can ask the kids to engage them and drill home the themes and morals and lessons of that particular story. Also, as you are reading the story, make sure that the pictures can be seen by everybody. So make sure you are scanning the entire group so even kids on the far edges of the group can see your pictures and can follow along with the story. So that's it. Thank you so much for being a volunteer and enjoy those reading sessions.